Okay, for this side of our trip, we were going to be traveling from Japan to India. We were in Kyoto, and that was kind of the last place we had any like real activity in Japan. And we took a train from Kyoto up to Tokyo, and we stayed in a hotel that was near the airport, which is actually quite a ways outside of the main part of the city. And then in the morning, we hopped on the plane, and we had a connection from Tokyo to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and then we took a flight from there after a couple hours of a layover to Delhi. And we arrived at Delhi at night, and as you'll see in the videos, it was just completely insane. But before we left Japan, we had booked a hotel in Delhi because we knew we were going to be getting there very late, and we knew that the transfer from the hotel into the city was going to be complicated. So we booked a place to stay with a hotel that told us that they would have somebody at the airport, like, with a card, our name on a card, waiting for us, and then they would pick us up and take us to the hotel. So, yeah, you'll see how that all didn't work out in the videos, and that kind of sets the scene for all of India being completely insane. So I'm making these videos now, and I'm all the way back in the States, and looking back at them is just like, whoa! I cannot believe we were in that mess. So. Enjoy watching this country.
So we normally ask for the emergency exit row because Eric is so tall, and we ended up getting a lot more than we expected. Like, Eric keeps going, we've had apartments smaller than this where we've stayed, and literally this might be bigger than our Hong Kong place that we stayed in. Like, look at all this leg room. Goes on for feet after he's done sitting. Also, we have little televisions that pull out from up to there, like they're underneath our seats and stuff, and it's just lush. Like, we're in economy class, but this is definitely first class seating.
So I'm in the airport in Kuala Lumpur, and they have like a bird sanctuary thing. I haven't seen anything alive, but I can hear them. But that's not a normal amenity for a airport, and that just jumped right across my face. Holy crap, that thing is really, really big. It's 6 inches long. Anyway, so that grasshopper was really big, and it scared the crap out of me because it like basically bounced like off my face. Whoa! And now, like I said, this is like dead in the center of an airport. And it's cool because it's something to do because we've got a bit of a layover.
We finished our first flight that took us from Japan to Malaysia, and it was incredible. Like, constantly being asked if everything was cool, like, can we get you another beverage? They would walk up and just...
We had ice cream.
They gave us ice cream. I mean, that blew our minds as we ate our vanilla ice cream. It was comfortable, and it was outstanding. The best flight I've been on in my entire life. So we're on the second one, and granted that the plane quality is a little less. We don't have our own little televisions to watch and stuff like that. It's a shorter flight and whatnot. They did just serve us whiskey. And they didn't ask for any identification. He said whiskey, and I was like, are you serious?
And it's free.
And it's absolutely free. So I'm gonna get a little tipsy. I have 2.
So this is a hell of a meal they've given us. This is a chicken dish with some curry, and it smells so good. This is like a mini naan, I guess. It's like a little doughy thing. And this salad smells really good, like really strong of cucumbers. And then one of our current favorite things ever is a real yogurt. And hopefully this is going to be like Indian style yogurt. And then we've got these little chip things. I have no idea what this is. And this is a lime pickle. Don't know. And this is just like a bread, like a spread for bread, like a margarine or a butter. And then this thing is an aftermint, right? But it feels like mint, like literally mint, not as in a mint, but as in a plant. And then we've got these candies, and we're very excited about these candies. There's always a bit of concern when a country says that they want to have onward ticket proof and then we just neglect to get it, that we'll get in, or if there'll be a complication. But here we are, we're in India, we don't have onward ticket proof. He didn't ask. He said, "Is this your first time in India?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "All right, stamp, 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 stamp." Okay, so here we are, we're in India, and we were supposed to get picked up by our hotel, but it didn't happen because it's really, really, really confusing in the airport. We think our guy just didn't show up. Like, he's supposed to be standing there with like with our name on a board, and it just didn't happen. And then all these guys were like, "Oh no, we can take you," and we were like, "No," and we took this. I don't know, we wandered around for a long time, and we couldn't get any money because all the ATMs were broken. And then some guy exchanged some money for me. Like, I gave him 12 bucks, and he gave me exact change, like exactly the amount he was supposed to give me back in rupees. So that was nice of him. And then we made some phone calls on a cell phone that we had to pay some guy to use because there's no telephones in the airport, and there's no official like employees except for security guards who don't want to be helpful in the least. In fact, they go out of their way to be unhelpful. And then there's this booth, and you can go get a prepaid taxi, and we got a prepaid taxi, and we're riding in it, and we think it's taking us to an airport or to our hotel, but you know, I mean, who knows? But so far, the last 20 minutes in India, or I guess it's been shit. It's been like two hours, I guess, that we've been here in India now. It's been 10 times more intense than the previous 3 months in Korea and Japan. So yeah, this should be a fun adventure. Okay, so I'm going to just talk in Tokyo time because that's what our bodies are adjusted to, and otherwise it gets really complicated with all the time shifts and stuff that we did. So last night we got to bed about midnight because we took a train from Kyoto to Tokyo, and it's a long way on a slow train because we couldn't afford to take a bullet train. So we got there about midnight and got to bed around 12:30. This morning we woke up at 5 a.m. so that we could get on the plane to fly to Kuala Lumpur and then connect and fly to India. And this is a lot of flying, like it's a long distance. So we've been in the air for a really long time. Right now, Tokyo time, it's about 4 a.m. So we've been awake for 23 hours. And the last 5 hours or so that we've been in India have been crazy, like just like complete madness. And I think that's kind of going to set the pace for the rest of the time we're in the country. So we'll see if we hate it here by the end of the time that we leave. But so far it's been kind of exciting. And we're waiting for our room service to come. And I think it's just about midnight here. Let me see. It is 12:30 here. So we're waiting for our room service to come. We just ordered a bunch of random Indian food, and it came to like $5 or something, like for 2 meals. And we're back to cheap too, because this giant thing of water in a hotel room, not even in a convenience store, 30 cents. So we're happy about that. But it was hard to get from the airport to this hotel, and everything is madness. So I'm sure these videos are going to be pretty awesome. Okay, so our room service showed up, and this is what it is, and this is, you have no idea how heavenly this looks to me. This looks so good. I love Indian food. And this is room service in a hotel, and after we tipped him, it was $5.37. So again, I think we're back to living at large. No more noodles for me. No more 7-Eleven noodles. So this is our dumpy little room in India at the moment, and it is really, really, really quiet in this room, which is absolutely fascinating. And there is air conditioning technically, but it's not working right now. It worked last night though. But we've got this fan up here, and when you turn it all the way up, it sounds like there's a helicopter in the room. It's really actually kind of scary. So we're rolling with about half power. And then we go over into the bathroom. We actually have a private bathroom, which is nice. And it's raining in the bathroom, and we're not sure why. It's really wet. And it's because these pipes are condescending. And condescending? That's not the right word. Condensing? What's the word? I can't remember. These pipes are very condescending. They called me a dick. And then I have not looked outside yet, so let's see how this goes. This looks like India. So soon we'll go outside and we will explore.
All right, my first impression of India. The first thing that is a really big shocker is the number of flies. And we're in an area that's pretty open right now, so there's not a million of them, but there are tons of flies everywhere, and you almost don't breathe for like a full 20-30 seconds just because you don't want them getting into your system or whatever. Also, since we've just come from Japan, that didn't happen in Japan. Since we also just came from Japan, people didn't stare at you there. Here, I'm getting stared at a lot, like just lingering stares, and yeah. So those two things, the flies and the staring,
and the ponies.
And the ponies are pretty big differences and pretty big India things.
Been sitting up here for 10 minutes and I've been watching the traffic, and I still am not really 100% certain what side of the road they drive on in India, because you just, all sides, everywhere, go. It's a nice view though. So far Delhi has been another one of those places that looks like it's under perpetual construction. Everything just looks like this, and then I'm going to show you what I'm standing over. It's like a pit into the depths of hell. Okay, so we're at McDonald's, and the food here is dang cheap, especially compared to other Asian countries. And everything is chicken-based because obviously they don't eat cattle here, so there's no beef burgers or anything like that. So, a chicken McGrill. This is a Big Mac with chicken, and this is a McChicken sandwich, and this is a
veggie surprise.
Veggie surprise. And it all tastes completely different than what it would taste like in the States or anything. So this tastes nothing like McDonald's. But the fries are traditional. These are your traditional McDonald's fry. Okay, so this is a chicken McGrill. And this is like a pesto sauce, and the chicken itself tastes kind of like tandoori chicken. And it's spiced like Indian food is spiced. Like, I mean, you might be like, oh, you're pussing out by eating at McDonald's, but this tastes nothing at all like what you would eat at McDonald's in the States. Like, it's completely unique.